Oh, good evening, everybody. How's it going? First after a long time, yeah. Long time no mean stream, yeah. What's this crown? It's a top fan thing. I don't know, it's some weird new thing YouTube's rolling out. It seems to be dependent on a stream-by-stream basis. Because... Number 2, racism. Well, you gotta interact more. See, every time you two type a message, it's swapping you back and forward. That's kind of funny. Spam chat got it, yeah. Drive engagement, baby. Okay. Cayman GT4 ClubSport. No content, only flooded. Yeah. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But, I don't think it can be turned off. No. But there's now a button at the top of the chat window which allows me to see. Does that do anything on the... No, it doesn't, because it's just a web element. Never mind. Oh, I should get rid of that. Oh. Get my groove in. I haven't really been doing much sim racing lately, for a multitude of reasons. But on my PC got a new chair as a present and doesn't screw my back anymore. Nice. Yeah, having a good chair makes a real difference. I remember one point in time I bought this like chair that was complete shit. But like I needed a chair, a replacement chair to the one I had, because it was like a shitty it was just a shitty, like, basic office chair that was there with the house, and it, like, kind of fell apart. So I bought myself some shitty, one of those, like, shitty gaming-style chairs, because it was really cheap. Just found it somewhere. I was like, I need a chair. Because my current one's literally falling apart. This one's cheap, I'll take it. But then I came to regret that, and I was like, no, this chair's crap as well. And so, eventually I did get one as a present, which I still have today, albeit it's pretty knackered now. So I think I need a new chair again. But at least now I can afford one with my own money that doesn't suck. I know sim racing recently. Job? Well, I've been doing these Tuesday live streams, but outside of that, I haven't been doing much else. Partly because of the weather. It's been really hot some days, which has made it kind of uncomfortable to do. I mean, one day, well, I mean, live stream a couple of weeks ago, literally just touching the pedals and it was hot. Like, the pedal plates had heated up. It was so hot in the room. Partly because of work for some of the other things. Yeah, work got in the way a little bit, but technically it didn't have to, but I was trying to get a critical thing resolved, and I was like, I'd rather just focus on trying to come up with something. Playing video games can wait. And partly from some other personal stuff. But that's all sorted now. At least hopefully. Still waiting. I've been waiting for a referral to the doctors for like ages now, because I've had this kind of like problem in my ear for a while. It actually seems like it might have gotten better on its own now, so I don't know. But it's been lingering on for a very long time, and I kept bouncing backwards and forwards, and nothing was really happening. And then they're like, "All right, we'll refer you." It's like finally get to see a specialist, and then haven't heard anything. Still amount. Lauren chassis got to be the greatest, but surely better than what I was using, because every week it would fall apart. Yeah, it's not good when you have a chat that falls apart all the time. It's too busy reading chat. I think every GT is fine. Talking about heat and me using 3 layers of clothes. Yeah. Yeah, we're in the heat wave period over here, which relatively might not be as hot as some of the hotter countries, but with our infrastructure, the heat is a lot more, because our infrastructure is definitely built around a more colder climate. So when it begins to tip over the 30s, it's like, ugh. Yeah, it really wasn't. Our houses and buildings really weren't built for this. Like 20 or so this week, so it's pretty fine. A little bit warm, but it's fine. Let's put the PS3 running again. Behind this better C16. Why did it 5 planets? You know, I can't remember. Funny thing about the Civetta is I think I saw that you could quote unquote still buy one. I say quote unquote because it's a really sketchy website that leads you to some guy who asserts, or like the website is still up, but the payment, the guy has to like constantly reassure you on the website that he is the owner of Civetta Automobile. And he probably won't build you the car if you send him over the money for one, so... Feels like he strong-armed his way into saying he has the company, it's his. Oh, you understand. B-Spec, 100% name of the CG let as the driver in the future so I can yell at you. You want to yell at me and cut me every Tuesday and yell at the real me. Oh, where the fuck am I going? nearly when I drove the GP circuit. I played GT4 again in Chinese until the game didn't boot past an empty piracy screen down. Okay, I'm still gonna flip on maps. As you can tell, I've been paying very close attention to the driving. Okay, right, can't change the brake bias from the car. Before B-Spec is also fun, but this is better since the races are double the length. Or you lose a lot because Bob needs time to pass. Yeah, it's it's not ideal to have short races when the AI takes like an eternity to decide he finally wants to make an overtake. Speaking of, though, right, in relation to current events, it's actually Goodwood this weekend, Festival of Speed. And I'm pretty certain Gran Turismo still has the license for Goodwood, but they kind of just don't do anything with it. I mean, they've got the Grand Prix or like the circuit in... Actually, no, I don't think they do have the license anymore. Never mind. But I say, I thought they had like an exclusive license, like they have for like Pikes Peak, for example. But then I remembered actually that Rennsport Le Mans has the Festival of Speed Hill Climb. They have the Goodwood circuit, but they don't have the hill climb. I think 5 and 6 at the hill climb, didn't they, though? If I remember correctly. They played these as useful mistake on endurance races, even my low AI trial level. Could just set it to overtake it and do the job. They've had too much fun out of it. Can't equal to the opponents have to sit down and actually manage the idiot. Oh, only 6 at the hill climb, okay. Still funny that you go to Pikes Peak and you see every car at Pikes Peak as a Gran Turismo banner on the windshield. Yet Gran Turismo has stopped giving a shit about Pikes Peak. Apart from having them... in terms of, like, actually having it in the games. Which is kind of silly. I think it should be about server time. Yep. Doing super license right now, really sure. There's only overtaken challenges the super license. Damn. To be honest, was never really a fan of the license tests. I know a lot of Gran Turismo heads love them, but I always saw them as just a bit of a ball ache. There we go. Okay, short race time. How much fuel we're gonna need? Probably not a lot. I can crank this back a bit as well. I don't need it all the way to the front, or as far front as it is. I think my chair. This chair keeps sinking. I think I definitely need a new one at some point. When the gold comes in, understandable. As long as you get a good run, you get gold. I mean, I don't even, like, I feel like my main gripe with them is not even the gold times, it's more that they're mandatory for progression. Right? Because, like, but also, like, I feel like you don't get much value out of them. You do them just to race the same shitty, slow AI as you always do. Just in slightly faster cars. Whoop-de-fucking-do. And it's not like the actual games themselves give a shit about racing rules anyways. Oh. ram people and go off track all you want, and the game won't care about it. Oh, I nearly done it again. It just doesn't go on this. You just have to nerf yourself to make racing fun, but I don't have a problem with that. At least the career mode is vast. I mean, yeah, I don't inherently mind that. I more mind the fact that, like I said, that licenses are mandatory for progression. And, like, at least for me, there's no real value in doing them. Unless I want to, like, grind them for the reward card. But, like, that could be its own thing, that not being mandatory, and, you know, I could do it if I wanted to do it. Bottom 5, yeah, but, I mean, in, like, most of the other games they are, so. I haven't really played 5 since the PS3. I did try it on emulator a little bit ago, but it didn't really click, so I didn't play it much. Maybe I'll try again at some point in time, but haven't really been hankering for Gran Turismo too much lately, so. B-Spec playthrough? Oh no. I feel like people get bored. Why are we stuck? Oh, I think somebody was joining. I have too much food in this thing. Oh well. GTA's endurance because it goes how many hours you can come and take yourself without sleeping. I feel like it's worse on like the older games, right? Because there's only, you do an endurance race, but there's still only like 6 cars on track. And so it's like, oh, okay. I feel like to make an endurance race work, you need at least one of 2 things. 1, close racing. 2, shitloads of traffic. If you can have both, it's ideal. Well, maybe not shitloads of traffic, but like enough traffic that you will just be seeing cars relatively often. 3 times just for the funsies, yeah. See, what's the third one? I know they got Le Mans. They got Nürburgring. What's the third one? I forget. You only race 4 guys here because the 5th was the Camaro. Oh yeah, Le Mans, yeah. Oh, it's just Le Mans, but without a chicane. Oh. So you effectively have to do the same race twice, just one is slightly easier. Honestly, I like the fact that they added chicane to the Mulsanne straight. Of course, they did it for safety, but like, I'll be honest, driving historic Le Mans sometimes, the Mulsanne does just kind of keep going. And like, sure, you can get to some dumb speeds down there with the right car and right setup, but like, you're pretty much just like, you're not really doing a whole... If you're on your own, you're not really doing a whole lot. And then, like, you suddenly get hit with the, like, the braking zone for the Mulsanne corner, and you're like, ugh. Because you're in some... Oh, bloody hell. I've done so much with the understeer. Yeah, because you're in some, like, 1950s shitbox that has, like, brakes made of Swiss cheese. The one in an AC is quite funny, because you've got the, like, sandbanks at the end of the braking zone. So if you get your braking wrong and overshoot, you hit a sandbank and get sent to the moon. I remember watching Mark do that in the Maserati Grand Prix car. He overshot and hit a sandbank and off he went. Big braking zones like that in cars that aren't like Formula 1. Yeah, it is kind of like what... You drive some of these, like, especially like pre-war cars, you spend like half the race braking. It's not, on my current pedal setup, it's not very good either. My current pedal setup doesn't work very well for really long braking zones. Or really long and heavy braking zones. Because my pedal is relatively stiff, so if I hold it down for a while, it kind of just naturally, like, lifts up under the kind of release of pressure from the, from my foot. Without me really having to put much thought into it, which is nice for a lot of cars. For most cars with, like, sensible braking distances, because I don't really have to worry about it too much. But yeah, in old cars, like, I gotta keep pushing and pushing. It does get a little uncomfortable sometimes. If one can you brake 250 on a 150 board, yeah. But it depends on the car, really. Because the brakes on this car aren't terribly great. What you'd maybe expect. Like a 300 km/h braking zone. In any track in a car that's not a prototype or better. But I'm fine. It depends. Like I said, it depends on the car. Some cars are shit brakes, even though they are. Most, like, modern supercars have absolutely dog shit brakes. Like, they can go, like, they can hit 200 mile an hour easily, but stopping from 200 mile an hour? Nah. Race equals stability control on. now, just in the testing, so hit that if you need to unalive yourself. I think one of the most silly cars I've ever driven. I don't know if you guys have ever driven the Porsche 917-30 in AC. Like, if you want an example of a car that is just absolutely batshit insane, you should give that a try. I drove it at, we did a race. We did, a weird sort of, special event in a different community. Where it was basically, it was what? I can't remember how long the race was. But it was a race at Le Mans. At Circuit de la Sarthe. But we could do it in literally any Porsche that was available in the base game. And I was like, fuck it. 917-30. Because I know nobody else will be stupid enough to pick that car. And it stood the chance of being really quick. And it was. I spent the whole race battling the leader who was in... or fighting for the lead against the 919. Oh god. Because it was the run to the first chicane, I could hit 240 mile an hour. Which is 380 kmh, I think. Or maybe... No, I think it's close to 400. Maybe 380. I don't remember the exact conversion. But it's just absolutely dumb speed. Basically every other corner was sketchy as fuck, but on the straights you put your foot down, that turbo spooled up, it was gone. Wiggle out of there. Went up at 130R and speed control, fuck me. And there's another activity freedom unit speed measurement. I don't know about... I don't know if it's like it in many other countries, but I know over here we actually do have both the units printed on our car speedometers. I don't know about digital dashes, but I know on the old analog dashes, it has both miles and kilometers. Obviously, because Europe is right next door, you can drive into Europe or even Ireland and be like, huh. Yeah, I don't know if many other countries do that. Because I guess it doesn't make a lot of sense in other countries. Maybe in some European countries it does, but I don't know. I know my Suzuki does. Got both the numbers on the dash. The Citroen had it too. But it wouldn't have surprised me given how small the number of cars they made for the UK. Wouldn't have surprised me if the Cappuccino didn't come with the a different dashboard. My favorite car driven in AC. Well, I didn't say that 917-30 was my favorite car. I just said it's probably one of the dumbest cars I've driven. Because it's just how ridiculous it is. My favorite probably is still the 911 GT3 Cup car. That's in the base game. My car is fun to drive and fun to race. Kind of falling back on these guys a little bit now. No idea. Saw that Raggio mod. Okay, actually, dumbest maybe is the wrong word, because I have driven dumber. Because, I have, for the past 2 years, I have done a yearly sort of meme race, where people pick random shit mod cars for each other. And, we've ended up with some goofy shit. What did I have? I had, like, yeah, the most recent one, I think I was driving, a Hilux Dakar truck around classic Monaco, which was something. But in terms of cars I've driven in like an actual serious race, 91730 is probably up there. The only rival, maybe, is the Trans Am, the TA2 car at Riverside, where I trimmed off so much wing it was a death trap. Products at Moving Chicane and Dictionary is just a picture of Hilux Dakar. I mean, hey, I wasn't there, but then again, my opponents were things like... I can't remember what was there. Some Citroen van. The old C15D, a chair, the Ligier. Oh, JS8, my beloved. It'd be amazing if we could have the days of big Ligier JS8 racing back. That was glorious. But I somewhat doubt that we will. And someone's basically, you see it basically made a Raggio with less pass at the travel, stuck with the older bar. 500. Stuck it in the older bar 500? What? The Raggio in the bar? In confusion. But these guys have just picked up the pace now. Better than I was in any of the practice sessions, and I'm pulling back. I made a copy of the above and gave it the Raggio properties like the engine, tires, etc. Ah, I see. I have done a couple of silly mod experiments, now that you mentioned that. Actually, yeah, the dumbest car I've driven in AC is probably none of those. It's probably the corrupted Lotus 98T. Which was an experiment of how badly can I fuck AC by modifying car physics files. The answer is very. I did show that car up on stream once. I can't remember when. It was a few months back, but that was hilarious. Car is like barely functional. It's so broken. I did do a Ferrari 458 GD2 as well. That has an Abarth engine in it that's supplemented by hybrid. So it still makes the same, roughly the same power. But instead of having the V8, it just sounds like a brrrr from the Abarth. And also the gas turbine range extender prototype. I think that'd be funny to see if somebody made that into like an actual car. That'd be funny to actually like try and race. Grand Turismo for making a one-lap magic around the south that takes 4 minutes. So got to drag that left way. God, if the LFA is the fastest car, then... Uh-oh. Got into War Thunder again? Oh no. I've successfully managed to avoid playing War Thunder my entire life. I'll be honest, when Kid Me first saw War Thunder adverts, I legit thought it was one of those scam games. Like, with the way they were advertising it back then, I was like... Nah, this seems like a... Kid Me was like, this seems like a scam. I don't think this is a real game. So I never played it. I now know it's potentially not a scam, but I have no real interest in picking up any free-to-play games, really. Only up it's because I tried tanks and ships and it ain't for me because the maps are bad. At least in air, it's all on you as a pilot. Fair enough. What about the turbulence, man? Oh, shit. I don't know if they even do that. Phil's right there. He's right on me. Sold a lot of Steam trading cards and bought a $15 premium. I'm broke again. Damn. Break him. Haha. Try and attack here though. That up. Oh. Tripped me up there a bit. But yeah, I thankfully avoided, I guess, like, World of Fun, or, yeah, like, Water Tanks, War Thunder, and the likes. So I can't be sunk cost fallacied back into playing them. 107. Holy shit. Oh god, I nearly drove into the curb reading that 107. I'm driving like ass. This could be... This is probably the second last time. I was gonna back out. I think he played himself there by backing out. As long as I can nail these corners. Shouldn't go for it. I mean, it can be, but it has a big line, kind of stuff pretty bad, but I stopped with less brain cells than me. Fair enough. Yeah, the main thing that turns me off of those games nowadays, though, is the free-to-play model. I am not... I've kind of given up entirely on, like, free-to-play online-only games, because... I don't know, I just often find they're not... I never really get much fun out of them. Well, sometimes I do, but, like, you then get, like, fucked in the asshole by paywalls constantly. And it's just like, I can't be bothered. I don't care. Paywalls or copious grinds, I should say. So these games ain't wasting your money, they're wasting your time. I'd almost argue in some regards is more valuable. I can actually fucking drive the car, like holy shit. I think he got loose. Oh, I fucked myself there. Didn't know if he'd gotten alongside. Ugh, I fell off there. Get that replay up though. Ugh, yay. Bro fell off, cancelled, yep. Wasn't too bad of a start, but then... I actually started, like, pulling these guys in a little bit at the front. Let's see, Mateo and Mattia. Bold round the outside. Nailed him. Oh, excuse me. My voice is going. What the hell? Oh, pig snap there though. Holy shit. I guess those two fighting helped me close up because they kind of backed each other up a bit. I was right on the back of the train. This for TDU2 is in the GT5 box, bruh. I wasn't really comfortable with the balance of the car here, to be honest. Didn't really do what I was wanting it to. It's a bit too wallowy. Okay, it didn't. The track's got a lot of fast corners in it. It didn't really feel like it was hitching those fast corners very well. And you can see I'm like losing the rear a little bit into the stow, trying to just get it to turn. Yeah, those guys were just quicker though, so they started pulling away. And I started fucking up. Which allowed Phil to properly close up. Man, I was holding a okay-ish gap to him, but that one mistake really threw me off. Was it like here? Nope, not here. I guess it was next lap. Yeah, I think here we go. Yeah, just so much understeer. And yeah, that made me jump on the brakes in a corner where you normally don't need to. Really allowed him to close up. He tried around the outside. Because he just had that momentum. He braked early. Tried looking, but I just kept in the middle there. Well, screw it. I got that wrong. He braked about the same time as I did, so kind of got away a little bit there. I got a big slide. Trying to catch up again. What did I do there? Oh, I think I hit the... Oh yeah, I hit the correct because of the curb. That sausage is lethal if you hit it. He kind of backed off a bit here, which did kind of hurt him a little bit. Getting another big old slide through there. And I messed it up again here. Bit of a snap onto the straight. Goes out. It's a bit too tight in here. This didn't help me for the corner. Oh, he got a big slide through there. Oof. Yeah, he tried, but you see his counter steering. That hurt. He might have gotten me had he not have done that. Tries for the inside here. Oh, the arrow made it look like he was so much closer than he actually was. I fell for it. Same here, maybe? Oh yeah, I could have closed him off there. Oh well. I still got the place anyways. The arrow lied. Alright, you get the results though. Oh. SRS results. Yep, Mateo seems to be on a tear lately. And can't stop winning. I think he won last week in the... No, he didn't actually, never mind. But he was rapid. But I think he won on Monday. Mattia in second, yeah, only one to break into the 107s though. Crazy speed. 180 for Mattia, third for Yari, 183, 185 for me, and a 183 for Phil. That was actually the slowest car on track. And not much, because we kind of spread out a bit, but it was a good little battle, I guess, towards the end between me and Phil. Overall points, Matteo continues his domination of this series. 3 wins out of 3. With Mattia in second, Yari in third, self in fourth, and Phil in fifth. Yeah, we are relatively. Me and Yari are somewhat close, but I've been consistently fourth place every round, whereas he's been second, fifth, and then third. Whereas I've just been fourth. So, it will be interesting to see. We're heading to Croft. I think Croft should be a bit better for me next week. Then Thruxton, which will be interesting. And then we finished the championship with Silverstone National, which is obviously the other layout of Silverstone, which should be interesting as well. But for now, time to get a bit of learning in for Most. Because we got long race time. Gotta learn how the car feels. Alright, 2 wins though so far for the no pitch strategy. But it was definitely a lot closer. Bloody hell. It's definitely a lot closer in last week than it was in round 1. Admittedly, much smaller sample size. I was the only one on the alternate strategy, but I think the deficit kind of spoke for itself there. Here, though, it's a bit more up for grabs, really. I think I'm going to take the same setup there. That setup felt pretty good. I think it should work here. Because I had decent speed, it's just I fucked it up. So I need to make sure to not do that again. Let's track commander again. Here you go. I'm gonna put a full tank of fuel in. I'm just gonna get driving and see how the car feels. Let's see what the fuel numbers are like as well. The steam machine? This car, no. The Porsche was, though. Struggled with that quite a bit, but this top car handles quite nicely. I'm sure Roman can also attest to this car handling pretty nice. Albeit it might be invoking some PTSD. Oh, didn't want to downshift. We're good though. But we gotta see fuel burns on this. And how the tires wear as well. This is a longer race, 45-minute race. Oh, big old snap there. So, yeah, the question is pit or not to pit? So we gotta find out. many laps? I don't know. However many we could do in 45 minutes. I'd assume it'd be around the 20 to 30 mark, though. Be around the 20 to 30 mark. I think it'll be closer to 30, though. Went a little too far over the curb. Bugger. I think these lap times are close to what we were doing at Poznan last week. And we did 30 laps exactly at Poznan. This car only has one tire compound. Which is as they labeled D. I forget what the actual tire is called. But this tire will wear quite a lot throughout the race. So, yeah, there's two sort of big questions that need to be answered in regards to strategy. And that is, will the tires, how quickly will the tires fall off? How badly will the tires fall off? And how much fuel saving is needed to be done? I'd argue the fuel save is probably the more important question, because that's going to really determine which way we go. Because you can hang on to bad tires. I mean, it's proven because the no-stop strategy has worked both times, but it has been the winning strategy both times. But the pace difference, if you get caught by a car that's pit, you can't really fight them if you haven't pit. But the first week, I was the only one to pit, which did make things pretty fun, because I sort of had to do a bit of a fight back in the closing stages to gain some places back. And I sort of just pushed like crazy. But most of the grid actually pit last week. Only 2 cars didn't. And while Phil did sink through the order, Mattia was able to hold on. Albeit it was pretty close, relatively speaking. Given that the cars that pit had to give up, like, say, 18 seconds or so for the pit stop. 15 to 18 seconds. Well, I guess, yeah, 15 to 20 seconds in simple terms of the pit stop. You know. The fact that the race only ended with, like, a 7-8 second gap. Especially given that the lead cars on the alternate strategy had made mistakes that cost them time as well. Like, yeah, it would have been a lot closer had us on the pit strategy hadn't fucked up. I mean, I fucked up the biggest, but Matteo and Yari also had incidents that put them back. I forgot about Miko, actually. I forgot Miko was there. But Miko couldn't catch either. But yeah, last week, though, you only really needed to save. Yeah. You only needed to save, according to Mattia at least, you only needed to save 0.4 liters a lap. Which checks out from the numbers I was getting, because it said I needed 52 liters in total to finish the race. And this car is a 50 liter tank. So you only needed to save 2 liters throughout the whole race, and you could make it. Which isn't a lot to save, really. Oh. Okay. That was mostly fine. Maybe want to push right by us a little further forwards. Take some of this off. I think. I do. The tires are largely fine though. 42 minutes, it's telling me the range. So not a heavy fuel save, but definitely a lot bigger than last time. God. It's a little bit sus through some of these corners. Okay, I think I've made the wrong changes. You know what? I might trim this off. This could be a bad idea, but we'll see. Could put the braking settings back to what they were, because I felt that was more comfortable. Yeah, let's try this. See how this goes. Give me a little bit more straight line top end. And a bit more rotation through the corners. Ooh. Of course, it does hurt me in the braking zones, which maybe wasn't such a smart idea, but oh well. Bear in mind, this is on a full tank, so the car's not going to be handling terribly great. TDU2, is it good? Have I played? No, I haven't played TDU2. I've played the original one on the PC, like last year or the year before. But I've never played 2, no. Will I? I don't know. I've heard not great things about its physics. I don't have... Ooh. I don't know. I didn't mind how the first game drove, but at least the PC version felt a little empty to me. It's like there wasn't... You were kind of free to do whatever you wanted, but it didn't... It was like wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle kind of thing. God, I put that rear tire. Okay, the downforce change is not a good one. Maybe I add more wing. Maybe that's the play. And we make up in... We actually push this back further. Who saves one lap? Yeah. Yeah, one quirk with these cars is that if you get these if you burn up the tires take a while to cool... Take a little while to cool down. They don't cool down very quick. So, if you spin, it'll kill you for, like, the next 2 corners. And you can see that I'd heated the tire up for making some mistakes earlier in the lap. And that last corner, it just boiled over, and I was having to just fight it like mad. Just to keep the car pointing the right way. And that can really hurt you in the race. It's not like easy to burn up the tires. Like if you know what you're doing, it's not like you have to worry about it too much. But yeah, if you do have a spin, it's something you do have to consciously think about. You want to save the tires. Probably go more DF so you slide less. Yeah, that's what I'm beginning to think. More downforce is probably the way to go compared to what I was previously running. A bit more stability, a bit less slipping. God damn it. I'm struggling now because I'm not really getting the front that I want. However, let me try. That could also just be the fuel, to be honest. I'm not sure. Let me try clicking this up one, see what happens. This is like the most loaded up the car will be, so it's definitely going to be probably the most sketchy. Like on that curb. God damn it. Sort of wrote the curve into that braking zone. You can't really see it. I wrote it a bit too much. Just that little bit. Maybe I should raise the car up a little bit, actually. I've been running the car quite low. It's like way above the minimum threshold, but it's high enough that like... Or it's low enough, sorry, that the car, you could see, I mean, you could see it in the model. The car is basically scraping the ground. Been doing me pretty nicely on the handling department, but probably not very good on the ground clearance department. I'm gonna try... this. I'm also going to take that rear AB back out. I don't think that helped. We can try it again later, but I mainly want to test the front suspension and see what a slightly softer front will get me. Slightly higher and slightly softer front. Should make the car a bit more balanced and a bit... I brake too late. Help if I actually could fucking drive. Give like half a temp if you go right on the start finish straight and avoid that big bump. Pro tip right there. Right on the start finish straight. Avoid that big bump. Keep that in mind. Damn it. Or it's a big dip, whichever. Fair enough. At least I'm going over it anyway. Oh, that's not gonna... Whoops. No, I might just revert back to the... It seemed to be working for me better. All these changes I made seem to just make the car worse. I think it's more me the problem than the car. I don't see the big bump. But you can see, look, those tires gone all the way down the start-finish straight through turn 1 and 2. It's still red. They're just starting to go orange now. You'll see that it's going to hurt me quite a bit through here. Gotta be a lot more careful. The car just wanted to do that. Yeah, fuck it. I'm going back to square one. That worked mostly. I think I've also add a quick run right here. You gonna pit here too? Because that pinch is not great. I'm not sure. I think I worked out it's about 42 minutes worth of fuel with a full tank. But I think my play this week, I might go for a bit of a weird play. I might just push, but decide later on in the race what my play is gonna be. To start with a full tank, push like hell, and then maybe scale it back once I get a clearer picture of the race, or commit to pitting. It's the weird play putting the car in the pit wall because I put half a roundabout in the pit. Yes. That is the play. Okay, this is just better. Having to fight the car to guess what it's doing. I have a car where I just kind of know what it's doing. Bit like that. That's fine. Corner, so we're good. If we're going to catch in the ghost, but I'm not closer than I have been on prior laps, so more consistent. Yeah, there's lots of dips and bumps around this track that can really throw you off around some of these corners. What the pit lane's like, though. It's quite tight. Yeah, it's quite long. Maybe still not as long as Portimao. Actually, it might be equivalent. guess the play maybe here is to just save. I still say we go for the plan of push early and then see how it goes. I think that's my game plan here. I have to overtake, yeah. Yeah, I think I won a race here in Euro NASCARs a while ago. By basically just getting into the lead and then just backing up the field behind me. So yeah, I think a strong start will be pretty important. Maybe not though, because obviously strategy. But maybe. A little late there, but it's okay. It kind of seems to be derping. Yeah, one thing I have kind of noticed is that the fuel sort of comes to you throughout the race. As the tires wear off and the lap times kind of, oh shit, inevitably fall off, right, as you go around. You sort of civilly fuel save in a sense, because you're not able to push at the same speed that you was before. So the fuel save is probably smaller than what it's been predicted at right now. Tiny bit too wide. Oh, what the hell? It's actually race time ready. I didn't get the ping at all. Hopefully, hopefully that doesn't mean I haven't registered. Definitely did, though. But that was nearly a bit of an oopsie. I guess we are losing maybe a little bit of qualifying time, but we'll see. Okay, we are in qualifying already.
Skins checked, nothing new, carry on.
Oh, whoopsie. Setting the slower cars, clean the track, pro strats, yeah. Exactly. Oh, that wasn't great. Big old slide to start the lap. Well, cut that curve a bit, but it's okay. It's scruffy. We can make do and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to put down the first marker. 38.7. Second place, it's not too bad. Definitely improve on that though, I think. Issue is we might run into a spot of traffic here. Mike, he seems like he might be struggling a little bit. Which is going to play into us a bit, because there is a bit of dirty air for these cars. Big lift there. It's killed the lap. He's trying to blocking me in qualifying. What's he doing? I missed the corner. Whatever. Go reset. Try again. Not my fault he messed up the final corner. Or that I pulled a 3-second gap in on him. Oh, maybe he's gone and messed up here. Should have backed up before last corner. It wasn't that far off in the end, to be honest. But, yeah, it is what it is. Actually, I might not make it around in time. We'll see. I think I might. Fine. Oh, he's dying up there. Figure out 155. Oh, okay, then yeah, we should be good. Unless I spin. Oh, can't roll out. Nice shot. Pole position. Nice on the power there. Much better than the first time. Bit shabby on the brakes there. Oh yeah, just in time, really. Pretty good. One is the time to beat. My current time is like a 38.5. So not far off, actually. It's great on the power, but we'll see. Haha! 37.9. I'll take it. I don't know how much fuel we're gonna need, but I guess we could figure out for a race. 24, 25, 25. Yeah, we can change it. GG, you don't even need to race now. That prediction is telling me that I can make it full flat. I don't believe that, but we'll see. However, gotta make sure I get a good start. Because I could fuck it up. And then it's all for nothing. Alright, here goes. not particularly great. I think that's Mateo behind. Yeah. Crazy stuff. And Mike was able to get away with jump starting. Oh my god, are we 3 wide into turn 1? We are, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. I couldn't have gone much worse. I didn't think I got that bad of a start, but I guess I did. However, unexpectedly, we are gonna basically immediately come into traffic. He is definitely slower than all of us, but I'd be interested to see how he's gonna play this. Even though technically cut that through illegitimate means. Oh, never mind, he spun off. Okay, that could have made the opening a bit interesting, but not so much. You just sort of spin off the track. I was hoping for some action that didn't arrive. Unceremoniously exit stage righted on me. Okay, after these first couple of laps, I'll get a better idea where the fuel numbers lie. It seems like at the moment, nobody is really saving terribly much. Well, Mateo's gone wide, but he does seem to just have speed on everyone. Whether that's because he's short-fueled or not, we don't know. I hope that it is, and he's not just that much faster than me naturally, but we'll see. Spread out a fair bit at the moment. 36, holy shit. Oh wow, liters to add 0.63? That means it's basically full push to the end. Really, I don't think I even really need to worry about fuel saving. I'll keep an eye on that number as we go on, but if anyone's picked the pit strategy, they need to have some crazy speed. Because, it seems like I'm really going to be able to... I'm thinking this should sort itself out as the race goes on, largely. Maybe do a little bit of fuel saving towards the end. But yeah, Mateo is checking out. So either he's found something really... Let's see, I'm surprised that didn't come out in qualifying. Unless he didn't... Do you work qualifying? No, because he's right behind me. So I don't know. Sandbagging, I guess. He is, like, going. Of course, this isn't going to do my tires terribly well later on, but meh. Terribly fussed about that. What the numbers say now. Yeah, still half a litre give or take. Yellow flag, I guess we're catching back up to Mikkel. He's not having a good time. Unfortunate. Yep, there he is. This one. Goes up to Yari a bit, it seems. I'm sincerely hoping with that speed, though, that Matteo has to pit. He is like a second faster. Yeah, literally a second a lap faster. Crazy. Oh, did he reset the pits? Seems odd that we've caught him again so quickly. Must have done. Ferrari G engine, yeah. Well, he's in the Chevy this week. Seems like I think he's run a different car in every race. It's fair play. They're all the same, but that's a little bit of variety, I guess. I think he's went wide a little bit again up here. Don't know how I ended up in 6th gear through that, but I somehow did. Traffic time. This allows me to close up quite nicely to Yari. Well, he's gone off the track. Yeah, I got a better run off the corner than I did. Shucks. Oh, he was deep into there, though. Here is lurking in the background, though. But you can see that fuel liters to add is steadily creeping down on its own. But honestly, I don't think we're going to have to do any. And if we have to, it's really not a lot. Well, I hope Matteo has to pit. I would be gutted if he does. But, I mean, I guess that would also give him a better reason for the speed. But Matteo is the kind of guy who maybe could do that legit, so... If we won't know till way into this. Close enough to Yari here, though, so could take a shot on him. Oh, the dirty air, though. Oh. Really screwed me there. Tiny lockup. down to only 0.1 of a liter that I need to save now. I'm just fuel saving. I'm just hitting the number passively, it seems. Quick time once again. Is he going to exit stage right again? He might. He did that a couple of times in qualifying, it seemed. It is a bit of a tricky zone to get right. Really close up to Yari now. Oh, he spun! Ooh, bit of a... Oh, I got a good run there. Oh, he's gone. Unfortunate. Oh, I got a big slide there. Was not ideal. Oh, a big wheel spin on the exit there as well. Not help. Yeah. It's getting away. No. Oh, I feel to say this thing has gone back up. Just cash in on that slipstream as much as I can through here. Like so close, but just can't quite seem to get get what I need to really mount a proper challenge. Oh, he's going deep there, but it's not going to help me too much. Well, maybe it will. I can't really go anywhere here. Right on it, absolutely lasered on his rear bumper through here, though. It's a bit of a correction there, not ideal. Clip the grass a little bit. Tier is slowly closing. We went wide. Oh. Fucked it. Yeah, damn it. I don't really know what happened there. I think I just... Okay, a break too late, obviously. But he's messed that up. Like, I can't really recollect what happened. I think my brain just kind of like a blanked split second in that braking zone. Okay, this is pretty close though. Taylor has comprehensively checked out at this point, but battle for the podium. Remainder of the rostrum still rages on. Even more intense now as Mattia is right behind. Oh no! Big killer. So we can maybe try and pull back a bit in the slipstream. Still in range for that, so it helps out a little bit. I'm like flirting on the limits of this fuel tank though. I do have to keep it in check. He got that wrong again, but I don't really have anywhere to go from this. From a big snap. It was 12 seconds down the road, Jesus Christ. He is planning a pit stop strategy. Maybe he could make it work. It's kind of crazy to think, but maybe. Just maybe. I do somewhat doubt it, though. I think he'd maybe want to be, like, double that ahead. Just kind of the advantage he needs, I think. Probably about... I'd say a pitch strategy might have helped here, but I don't know. I'm kind of just stuck a little bit. Bit of grass there. Not ideal, but we kept the speed. Just kept my foot in it. Yeah, close enough, but make some hay down the straight a little bit. I hit that cub big time. Kind of fucked me there a bit. Oh, yellow flag. Is that Mateo having a problem? If he was, it was only a quick one. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Get to do a little bit of lifting there, which has helped my fuel numbers out quite a bit. Tipped me more into the green than I was. Nailed that exit. Look at the speed gain on him now. I'm going to be able to make a move on him into this corner, but it should set us up real nice. Especially if he does that. Get a little bit on the exit, but it's fine. It's like real stupid here. Take it back. Rears are sort of falling up a little bit, but it's okay. Wasn't a great exit. Still close, but not really going to be close enough for a move. Wait, did Mateo pit? He pit or did he disconnect? I didn't see him on the radar. He pit? That answers that question. I had a hunch. I know he's quick, but those lap times did seem a little too quick. Oh, it's a big wobble there. Can he do it, though? Can he win on the pit stop? He's got to get through the three of us. He's got to catch us first, then get through the three of us. Provided none of us make a mistake in these last 20 minutes or so. But yeah, he seems to have found a bit of an extra gear. Or I'm falling off. Either or. A little bit of a lag spike now. That was interesting. Didn't really hurt me too much though. Not in range this time though for any slipstreaming, which is a bit of a shame, but we can rebuild. We can rebuild. Tires are definitely a bit weaker now, but I think they should be okay. It's pretty bad out of there. Closed me up. Even greener in the fuel now as well. Like I said, kind of just passively work itself off. And it has. I don't really need to stay fuel disconnected. That's unfortunate. Down to a 4-horse race now. Any one of us could really take it, I think, at the moment. Can Matteo pull off the pit stop? Strategy, be the first person to win using it. Can Yari hold on for another 17.5 minutes? Can I snatch it away from him? Or will Mattia snatch it from the two of us? Who knows? Here I think it's 2 for 2 at the moment, but we've got his work a bit more cut out for him this week, I think. He's kind of just sitting there, though. He doesn't seem to be pushing too hard. I guess he's probably more... He knows he's in a pretty good spot at the moment. He doesn't really need to. He got that wrong big time, but couldn't really capitalize it the way I maybe would have wanted. Roll a bit from here, though. The more I can make myself in the green, the better. So if we suddenly have to run an extra lap, that I will be screwed. It does seem like my current fuel tracker is tracking me for an extra lap, so it's good if it it's good if it is. Oh, big old grind on the curb there. Didn't really help too much, but not too far away. Struggling more behind in this dirty air. So maybe what Mattia's trying to stay out of is that dirty air, so once my tires completely eat shit, probably in the later part of this race, he can just come on through. Matteo is right there, actually. Holy shit, he's coming through the chicane. He could do this. He's got to get through the three of us, but... Oh, with the speed he's on currently, he's definitely on course to do it. However, I think given my pace wasn't much better, even with a lighter car, I think this was probably the right call for me. Admittedly, maybe getting feel like it was definitely faster than Yari earlier on in this race. Oh, shit. But, I don't know, maybe a more aggressive strategy would have helped. But then again, yeah, the track was less grippy in qualifying, so who knows. Too late to change now. But it does definitely prove that it's you gotta stick. You can't really, at least on tracks like these, you can't really flip flop. You gotta pick one or the other. Push it on a full tank does not give you the advantage you need to make the pit stop work, unless a bigger fuel saver is involved. I don't think there will be, given the nature of the tracks that we're going to. Apart from at Le Mans, but I think everyone's just going to pit at Le Mans. Somebody could surprise me and not, but I feel like it'd be hard not to. 13 minutes to go. I can see that car in the distance. He's in my mirror. Fear. It's not great. Alright, I'm catching back up to Yari. I can't win the race overall. I could at least be the leader on the strategy. That's kind of what I want. Be at least the leader on this strategy. I think I could do it. I just gotta get it right. He got a much better runner for that than I did. He got massively slowed down off that bump. Then the slipstream range just about though, so that helped me a bit. I'm gonna run down into turn 1 and 2. Really stalling up there a bit. The material's getting bigger and bigger. 12 minutes still to go. Up wide. Shit. He's going to come barreling up now. That threw me off a bit. That was prepared to close up quite a bit. Oh no, that's not good. Big slide out of there. That white car is getting bigger and bigger though. Not good. Oh. Okay. Be a bit more careful. I also need to try catching back up to Yari. It's doable. Terra is right there. 9 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Can he be the first person to win on the pit stop strategy? Is the big question. He's got 3 cars to get through. The track's pretty hard to overtake at. It's a tire advantage, but how much will that help him? We're gonna see. Away from Mattia nicely there, though. Mattia is right on him. Mattia outdoes him into the first couple of corners, but Mattia is all over him. He probably is going to have him here. Yep, Mattia's not going to be able to fight that one too hard. Definitely seems like we're going to be fighting for second. I was hoping Mattia would give him a bit more trouble. Ideally, I want him to get past me coming onto the back front straight so I can get a bit of slipstream. He's going to try and come around the outside here. It's brave. Oh, it gave me a big slide. That kind of fucked the two of us. Oh no, no. I want to try and cling onto that slipstream as much as I can. Go, go, go. Mattia definitely has a much more trimmed out car. It's going to work to my favor there. Yeah, I think Mattia's going to do this though. Blinder. Absolute blinder. I guess the moral here is that whatever strategy I'm doing, you do the opposite to that. And that's the moral I'm finding out here. Okay, though. Second place is still for the taking. We're fighting over second and third. It'll be hard to do now, but I think that Yari's built up a bit of a gap, but not impossible. Mattia's probably going to start getting a bit more racy now, too. And the tires are going to get less racy. But we're going to see. He's doing the same on Yari. That's going to compromise him a bit, I think. Well, they're fighting. Yari's not giving it up easily. He's going to tuck right into that slipstream, though. He's going to challenge him back. Not quite. Here, it does go deep, though. This is pretty close. I think Mattia is going to run away here, but the battle between the three of us on the no-stop strategy is going to carry on right into the dire moments of this race, I think. Mattia seems to just be a little too trimmed out to really be combative. He's just kind of hoping, I think, that we fuck up bad enough that he can get through. So I would have thought he would have tried by now to get by, but hasn't really seemed to have had anything. Well, the car really isn't liking me now. That was not good. Oh, this might be me dropping to 4. This isn't good. Oh yeah, the grip is just gone. Who would have guessed? Yeah, basically all of the race was not good for me. But he seems to go straight here, which is good for me because, yeah, look at that. Look at how much more trimmed out he is. Not really pulling anything on the straights. There is checking out now. I guess. Just trying to hang on to a podium. I want to try and catch Yari, but if nothing else, I don't want to fall behind Mattia. Seems like, oh, he's losing it a bit there. He caught it quite nicely. Okay, more speed than me through some of these corners, but he is less trimmed. Good to know. Mattia's not wanting to take the reprieve now. It's just too trimmed out, or too stacked on with the aero, really, to really make anything happen down those straights. Might have me here, though. Just gotta sit in the middle of the road. I got that a bit wrong. We are closing up to Yari a little bit. There's, like, basically nothing left in my tires at this stage. They're still hanging on pretty fine, but there's definitely a lot of grip gone. Probably in the worst position for tires out of the 3 of us. And all of us still in the race, even. Should be good on fuel, though, till the end. Then I have 3 minutes 40 of fuel left. But mad props to Matteo, man. I did not think that was gonna work. He's able to find the speed he needed to make it happen. I shit through there. Holy cow, how was I so slow? Why had it lagged? No. It's not over yet, I guess. Get it back on the straight. He's pulled half a second. Man, that caught me at the worst time. That's so annoying. No, I think it's over. He has more grip basically anywhere else than I have. I can't really have to keep him behind. God damn it. Not fully over yet, maybe, but just fighting with a hand behind my back. Not enough straight on the run to the finish line, I don't think. I'll be able to slipstream past if I could stay close. really caught up to Yari. Almost like kind of fade back. He just has. See, the downforce is helping it there, but it really killed him on the straights. Which was great when he was behind, but now that he's ahead. It's good for me. Spell. Stop strap. Oops. Strat. Man, I am sweaty after that. Ah. Gutted. Felt like I had that. And then I got a frame drop at like the worst possible moment. I have to go back and look on the live stream to make sure that actually was, but that was annoying. Ooh, I am absolutely sweating. Yay. Love the few laps that I was with you. Why? Because it's just how easy it was to get past. The power fantasy of having like 20 lap newer tires. Mikkel was very cheeky at the start here. He jumped the start, but was somehow able to gain enough of an advantage. I guess because... Oh, wait. Oh, I guess he didn't grid. Ah. That's very sneaky. Not that it mattered anyways. I got a terrible... I didn't think my start was too bad, but it was awful. Like 3 wide into turn 1. Surprised that didn't end in complete disaster, but... letting Yari pass was killer for my race, though. I feel like I was faster, but I just couldn't. He held his line just too well. I couldn't find a way past him. And the couple of shots I got, I fluffed both of them. Yeah, I figured. 10 laps of fuel, yeah. I honestly thought that couldn't. I didn't think it could work. But yeah, bravo. You proved me wrong big time. As I said earlier, the lesson we're learning here is that whatever strategy I pick, you pick the opposite. Every race all 3 races so far, I haven't picked the winning strategy. Race 1, I pitted, winner was a fuel saver. Race 2, I pitted, winner was a fuel saver. Race 3, I don't pit, winner is a pitter. I'm damned. Damned to the wrong strategy. If only there was a Ferrari available. Maybe I should switch to the Fiat. Close enough. Yeah, I genuinely thought it wasn't going to work, but I saw you were pulling lap times. Insane lap times constantly, and I was like, maybe. Either, like, you were just on, like, another planet with the speed, or, like, you were gonna pit. And to be honest, it still surprised me when you did. Because I wasn't expecting it. I was more leaning into the, he's just on another level of speed, but... Yeah, I guess the gap was a bit too big for that, maybe. Yeah, me, Yari, and Mattia were close for a very long, for basically all of the race. Mattia was kind of further back. But he sort of steadily caught up. I mean, I didn't really have to do any fuel saving this race. That's why I thought the pit strategy maybe wouldn't have worked. Because I just kind of passively fuel saved essentially. With just natural goings on in the race, I saved enough to put me across the line pretty comfortably. Yeah, you were hoping, yeah. What too much wing does. I'd have to review it though, but it felt like I got a leg spike right before that corner. I got a couple throughout this race, but they didn't really affect me until that last one. Which was kind of gutting. Because I knew if soon as my defense faltered and you got past, that was it. My tires were gone. Being sat like 2 to 4 temps behind Yari basically the whole race. Fucking mullered my tire. I could have just driven better and also made good on my attempts to get past it, but yeah. The lag spike isn't like the excuse as to why I lost, but definitely didn't help. I got really close a bunch of times. Problem is there are lots of places you can get a run on someone, not many places where you can make a pass. Unless you've got a big tire delta. I was kind of regretting not pitting. Maybe not risking the pit stop later on in the race, because yeah, I was just kind of stuck. Tried going outside here, but I outbraked myself. Locked up a little bit. And that kind of fucked me. I think he made a mistake somewhere. That's right, he got wide here. So that caught me right back up. Nicely. I was just pressuring constantly in the hope that he would whittle and I'd get past and then try and break away. Or at least put him in the dirty air. But it just didn't, never quite happened. Maybe I try and make an overtake again. Seems like it was a slower lap. I'm just guessing. Oh, I hit a curb that cost me a bit of time. He got over his bottle problems, yeah. He made a couple of mistakes, but like they just weren't big enough. Like, see here? He went wide a few times at this corner, which allowed me to get really close. But I just couldn't. It's hard to stay with him through the dirty air through here, and then had to try and like channel around. This might have been where I tried the overtake. Yeah, this time I went on the inside, which wasn't really a smart move, but I just couldn't get far enough alongside to really make it work. I was hoping I could cut back here, but he kind of parked it on the apex. So then I tried around the outside, but yeah, again, no, wasn't really gonna get anywhere. And yeah, it didn't help having you right behind me as well. Like every time I'd have a wobble, I have to look up in my mirrors. Make sure that I wasn't about to be devoured. This is what happened anyways, but... yeah, I was just stuck here the whole time. See. Let's take a look at Matteo when he got the pit stop. When did he do it? He's still ahead. Okay, so the 25-minute mark came in. So 20 minutes on the clock. This time didn't miss your pit stop. Yeah, absolutely kills you if you miss the pit box. Actually, yeah, once you pit, like, the pit exit, you basically don't really have to worry about the limiter at all. But yeah, I knew we were screwed when you got past Mattia pretty quickly. Because I was like, that'll kind of be the test. I was hoping that maybe you'd struggle a little more in the traffic, but no, the advantage through the corners just made the difference. See, I saw that car get bigger and bigger and bigger in the mirrors. Yeah, like we were just nose to tail pretty much the whole way through. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I noticed at Portimao. But it's like you kind of need the confidence that you can pull the time back. I was tempted to try a sort of... Well, I started with full fuel, but I was thinking that, like, alright, I'm gonna push, and if the fuel save becomes too much, I'll pit, but, like, the fuel save didn't become too much, so I decided to stay out. Also, it was too late by that point anyways. But, like, yeah, in order to make the pit stop strategy work, you really have to just like, run too little fuel so you can, like, jump to the lead and pull away. Or at least ahead of all of the fuel savers, and then run away. I don't think I would have done better on the pit stop. Hard to say for sure, but I don't know if I would have. Yeah, it's just so close all the time. It's just couldn't quite make it happen. It's frustrating. Try. It's never quite worked. Of course, the longer the race went on, the worse my tire delta got to everyone else. I don't know if you were sort of trying to hang back a bit more to save tires, or if you just were struggling to keep up at that point in time. But I think it definitely helped you towards the end. Yeah, because I dropped like a stone in those last couple of laps. It was still drivable, but had to be a lot more careful. Yeah, look at that. Only a couple, like, 10 minutes to go, and, like, you're basically there already. Oh yeah, how did I fuck up? It was really close. I think I got a big wobble somewhere, which really put me off. That was kind of where the race kind of... No. Where was it? I had a big mistake somewhere. Yeah, about 1.5 seconds a lap, yeah. Oh yeah, here, yeah, I got on the gravel. Or dirt. Not gravel. Hope if I caught you, yeah. And sort of sliding into here, I had no grip. Just trying to get the tires back in. Working again. Should have tried to keep closer. I don't know, that might have made it a bit harder at the end. For you. I felt like that helped you break away from me, because I just didn't have the grip left in the tires to to really do anything once you'd gotten past. Probably could have leveraged the slipstream a little bit more. Okay. Pretty big time. Man, look at that. You can basically just pass anywhere. Wherever you like. Because you have such a grip advantage. Oh yeah, I got a big slide here. Whee. And then I got wide here. Dirty air sort of shepherded me out. I think I stayed just close enough to get a little bit of slipstream. Which meant that, I think were it not for that, Mattia probably could have gotten me there. I was able to just cling on to enough extra speed. Up to Yari. Basically did the same. Yari tried to fight this one out. Props to him. It didn't quite work out in the end, but... Oh. I think he got a really nice slipstream here. I was kind of hoping that you'd slow him up more so I could catch up. But it didn't really work out that way. Ooh, little lock up. But yeah, you were so much better on the tires that you could just break away. Yeah, easy. And it really came down to me and Mattia. Yeah, see, I was struggling. Look at that grip. Non-existent. It helped me a lot that, well, you can see on the straights here, I broke the toe, and he's now slower than me. That was a big help. But I knew that, like, given that he was quicker than me through the corners, as soon as I let him pass, that was it. It was over. So I just had to, like, place the car in the right places, which isn't too hard to do around here. I wonder if it'll come up here in the... It would go up to Yari a bit, actually, by this point as well, but not enough. It's really bad out of here as well, which allowed him to catch up. I don't know if this will come across. No, it doesn't. But on my end, I'd have to look back at it, but it felt like I got a lag spike coming into here. But, like, I braked. Yeah, I don't know, I just couldn't get it stopped, and it went on. So sort of by the time I, like, realized, it was, bam, breaking point too far. Yeah, it was either a lag spike or my brain was fading. Both of which are plausible. But yeah, that kind of fucked me, because that threw me out. Allowed him to sweep through, and yeah, I just couldn't. My tires were too far gone. Which is a shame, but is what it is. I wonder what happened to Phil, though. I saw Phil quit. But he had, SRS TV. He had fallen back quite a bit. Let's see. Did he have a mistake earlier on? Oh no, that's unlucky. They ready? Yeah, I think it's just natural at the moment. Okay, so I think he was kind of holding back. He was kind of falling back anyways. But yeah, then Mikhail came into the picture. And, I guess... Oh, shit. I just didn't really know he was there. 6. Oh, what the hell? Okay, hang on. Let's get that first one again. Seems like these two had a bit of beef going on. Okay, yeah, I think he definitely knew he was there. Yeah, he turns and then he... Okay, to be fair, he does... He kind of... You can see he turns out in reaction, but then he does hold his racing line. It was cheeky, but... Phil maybe could have backed out there. I don't think he was really... Was he turning into it? He's actually turning away from it. Yeah, so... Bit of a Verstappen tactic, but I wouldn't say anything egregiously wrong there, but... Seems like they had more beef later on. Because he did not want to let him pass. A bit point, actually, albeit very unnecessary given that he was like 2 laps down by this point, so... Actually, yeah, I would maybe rule a bit less for him on that one. Oh, and he spun off. Walk back to the pits. Every time God, the warp to pits annoys me so much, because there's nothing you can do about it. I think even if you disable CSP, it probably... Okay, yeah, but this is just like, what is he doing? He's like... It's hard to say. I guess that maybe wasn't malicious. Seemed like he was trying to get out of the way. But he should have just stuck to his line, really. Classic back marker, deer in a headlight situation, I feel. So he sort of goes... He sees Phil coming at a rate of knots, so he moves to the inside. I guess maybe thinking that Phil will go around the outside, but then he sees Phil on the inside, so he cuts back to the outside. But Phil's going across. Because otherwise he would have cut back again if he was doing it maliciously. And he would have killed Phil, but yeah, that sort of massively throws Phil off, and off he goes. Oh, and then he spins. And then he warps back to the pit lane. I don't know why he keeps warping back to the pit lane every time he spins. That's just costing him laps. Yeah, depending on what... Yeah, it has been a while since we have to dodge back markers. But I think... Oh, he'd quit by that point. Okay. Let's see, though. Guess he was just sinking. Oh. Came into the pits. Guess he just decided it was a bit of a late jump into the pits, but either you run out of... No, he seems fine on fuel. I guess he just decided he'd had enough. Yeah, I'm lucky with the back marker. A little cheeky with the first one, but I don't think it was... I don't think any of it was necessarily intentional, but yeah. Like... As much as back markers try and do good sometimes, they do sometimes kind of just throw themselves more in danger. That's kind of one of the damning things with the bigger grids, wasn't it? This is like... Well, it would be nice to get bigger grids. It's like you want bigger grids of more competitive people. But, yeah, some sometimes you can't quite get that. And while it's wrong to, like, exclude backmarkers, like, sometimes they really don't help themselves. I guess the problem is, though, is that in some other places, some of the faster drivers are way more entitled. And will just, like, punt bank markers out the way if they don't get out of the way. Real-life GT3 drivers. Yeah, it's honestly ridiculous that a bunch of chumps playing a video game drive more respectfully and cleanly than real-life fucking professionals at one of the biggest races in the fucking world. Basically every sim race is... Yeah, honestly, I watched, like, bits of the Nürburgring 24 hours, like, the other week when it was on. I was kind of watching it on and off throughout the 24-hour period. My god, man. Those driving standards were fucking abysmal. GT3 drivers should be ashamed to call themselves professionals. I already wasn't, like, a big fan of GT3 drivers. But that race just sunk them even more for me. I was like, come on, guys. It's a 24-hour race. The least you could do is not drive like a bell end. And, like, the race will be over in, like, 30 seconds. But they're too entitled and think it's always the slower car's problem. It's like the Manti car tried to appeal the penalty for flipping the GT4, but it was like, nah, bro. The GT4 didn't have to let you pass. He was taking the racing line. 12-hour in March, Imola on ACC of a GT4. Some GT3s have no concepts of the existence. Yeah. It really does suck that, like, some people are just too far up their own fucking ass crack to race with respect. Especially in, like, sim racing, because it's like, in sim racing, it really doesn't fucking matter. Like, at least in real life, you could be like, okay, they're driving like a complete tool, but a lot of money and pride is on the line, so it's a bit more justified. A sim race, what's the prize pool? Lunch money? Whoopty fucking do. Yeah, I could never do esports stuff. I'd just be fucking miserable all the time. I want some money in games key, that's precious stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm not complaining about the prizes, but like, it's not enough to throw my dignity to the wind to give up. But to some people, apparently it is. Well, I guess if you didn't have any dignity to begin with, then what is there to lose? That's kind of one of the reasons why I never really moved away from here as well. Is like, you know, when like other platforms are coming up and being successful, like LFM, World Sim Series, SimRacing GP and the stuff like that, people are like, oh, you should go and play these other platforms because they're just more popular. And it's like, okay, that's a reasonable point. Then to go and watch races on these other platforms, and it's like, these guys can't drive a nail for a fucking bit of wood. Like, sure, they may be quick, some of them, but, like, my god. You know, at least here, our grids are relatively small, but I'd say we got, like, a very competitive mix of people. but also people who race very fair. You know, hard, but fair. There'll be a 3-hour race on the assist at the Polania circuit. Oh no. Oh no, that sounds like a disaster. I'm also out of Goodwood this weekend, so I'm only out on the Saturday, but on the Sunday I might just be dead. See, I don't think I'll be doing any sim racing over the weekend. I don't know, maybe. If I am, there'll probably be more casual stuff, like on my own. Maybe on like Look for Speed or something. Yeah, thank you. I'll try my best. Apparently it's going to be pretty damn hot, though, so... Gonna have to try and avoid getting burnt. But, hopefully this year is finally the year I'll get to go and see some action on the rally stage, though. I finally made the trek up there last year, just for it to piss down with rain, and, not see any cars on the track, on the stage, because there were 2 red flags. So... Walked all the way there, walked around the paddock in the pissing rain, walked back through the forest in the pissing rain, and went home. Because it was like right at the end of the day. And I was like, screw it, we got some time. But if it's going to be sunny, then hopefully this is the year. And if current trends are anything to go by, there's only going to be more Chinese shit there this year. So even less stuff to look at in the main event area. Yippee. It is pretty good. I think I might not go in there with any friends. I'll be going up there with my family, but I think I do know a couple of people who will be there. I don't know if we're going on the same day, though, so... have to prod them and see. But yeah, it should be fun. I don't know if anyone from any of the other communities are making the trip over. But yeah. Anyways, results. Too much wittering. Yeah, Mikel went back to the pits so many times. He was in the race for like 8 minutes, but he only managed 3 laps. 28 laps here, okay. That's in the middle, I guess, of the two. But yeah, Mateo, crazy strategy. And it worked. Yeah, over a second the lap faster. Madness. But yeah, the 3 of us in the middle, pretty close on lap times. 37.3, 37.1, 37.2. Basically all nose to tail that whole race. But yeah, Yari held on very well. Didn't have an answer for that. I'll look at lap times to see how they fell off. Yeah, 37s, 37s, 38s, 38. I still did 37s even towards the end, but it was definitely more sketchy. So the pace drop-off wasn't that much. Definitely the fuel. Fuel is what makes the biggest difference, but the tires do help a lot as well, I think. They help give you just much more confidence. I was still clocking some occasional 37s, but it was very inconsistent towards the end. Yeah, championship closes up to 4 points. I think, is that 4 points? Yeah, 4 points between yourself and Mattia, so that could be interesting. Yari, Phil, and then myself. So me and Phil are actually tied on points now. What does Phil win on? Phil wins on instant average, I guess. Which is weird, because I would have got on positions, and I've got 2 4th places. I don't know. Either ways, all to play for between the 2 of us. Likely would have been ahead, I think, of Phil, but I absolutely bombed at Tor Poznan, so shucks. But yeah, Yari sort of sitting in a bit of a no man's land at the moment, but it could change. Red Bull Ring next time round, so that'll be a bit different. Then Assen and Circuit de la Sarthe for the finale. That'll be funny. But yeah. Cool. But yeah, no, I think that's pretty much it for now. I was planning to actually do, well, earlier on this year I actually was planning to do another Binwood, but I kind of slipped my mind until I realized that the real life event has snuck up on me. So I think that's maybe something I'll have to get to planning when I get back from the real event at the weekend. I think it'd be fun to do that again. It's definitely good fun last time. But yeah. For now, though, that's it. Thanks everyone who showed up and raced. Thanks everyone who showed up and chatted. It was good fun. Some tough racing, and look forward to seeing you all next week. Adios.